How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another episode of Previously in DBS, where I go over the week's news in one tasty video at the end of the week, so that way you can digest it a lot easier rather than checking up every day throughout the week. So today we haven't got, well, this week we didn't get much because we've now had all the spoilers. Like last week we did have on Sunday the secret rares, but where it came on so late because it was in a cool reveal on Twitch, which was actually quite interesting with a quiz where YouTubers went over guesses to try and guess which one to try and win one. That was quite late and it only revealed 3 out of 4. But then this week, on Wednesday, we got the direct to reveal the 4th one. That I preferred to put it in just the one video rather than just go over 3 and not go over the last one. So we're going to go over all the secret rares and also some of the reveals this week, because we started now getting reveals on the Mythic booster to find out what's actually been reprinted in there, because we know it's going to be all reprints from previous sets, from anything between the first ever set up to set 9, before basically all the sets and stuff before the Unison Warrior series started. And we're seeing some of the cards, and there are quite some interesting cards. I think there's the only one card that's in there that we that is not from before Unison Warrior series. It's the Gogeta, but they put it in there because that was high demand and everybody wanted it, so they put it in there. So it's going to get a decent reprint, but some of the reprints are actually quite nice and the alt arts do look amazing. So let's get into it. So start off with the secret rares. We have the first of the secret rares that are revealed for the set 15 Saiyan Showdown, and that is the Radiant Saiyan. So if you're not aware, for Saiyan Showdown, the theme of the sex is the 4th anniversary of the card game. It was the theme of 4, so we're getting 4 secret rares, and for this secret rare it has 4 characters on it, being Bulla, Gine, BR, Khalifa and Kale. So this is a blue-red secret rare, and funny enough, it's one of the few secret rares that have a 0 cost 10 combo power, so that's quite cool. So it's not dead in your hand as a combo, which is really is something unique for this set for secret rares. But it just is a 40k 8 cost. It does have the ultimate tag like all secret rares do, and energy source like all multicolors do. Now it's got 2 permanents, which first one is if this card is removed from your battle area, removed from the game. So I think that's coming on a lot of secret rares at the moment to make it so they're not easily spammable or reusable. This is a good thing to have on secret rares, to be honest. And then the other permanent is if your opponent has 2 or more energy and your leader card is either red, blue, or shares a character name with this card, so it being one of the cards in the character slot, it gains double strike and critical. So just note this is while it's on the board. If your leader card is red or blue, or a character that's on the card itself, is a 40k double strike critical attack. That's really cool. And it also has an alter where for 2 energy, at the end of a battle in which this card was using the combo from your hand, you will play this card from your drop area. And if you don't, you choose up to 4 of your opponent's battle cards, place them at the bottom of your owner's decks, and remove them from your drop area from the game. Remove this card from your drop area from the game. So that's pretty interesting. Just throw 2 energy combos, almost like a war cry kind of thing, but you don't pay the energy until that end of the combo, which is cool. And you either play this, which will hopefully then be a 40k double strike critical attacker, which is pretty nice, or you get the bottom deck 4 of your opponent's battle cards. That's quite cool. If your opponent's going wide, you've got that to just bottom deck 4 their cards, the battle cards anyway. But the only issue with that effect is it doesn't ignore barrier. So your opponent's got quite a few barrier, which is something that is quite common for things, especially for yellow, with having things like the Lord Slug, Super Namekian, and the Son Goku Absolute Annihilation on board. It's you can't get through that, so it doesn't seem to be amazing. It's a quite cool secret rare. But most of the decks that do run blue-red are like Invoker and stuff, and they have, Invoker has Apex of Power, which is obviously secret rare. It's not going to replace this Invoker. And the one thing these secret rares have to compete with is the Kai secret rare, being one of the most generic, probably the best generic card in the secret rare in the game, and other secret rares that do a lot for what they do. Like for blue, like nothing so far, nothing for blue has been able to outpower Baby Hatch, as Baby Hatch is like the standard generic and staple blue secret rare, unless you can't afford it, or you want to try something different. But blue Baby Hatch is the standard blue secret rare, Nothing's going to replace that unless we get something a lot better than it. And then like for red, it's quite different. Green, you've got quite a lot of good secret rares. Like they've got the Green Majin Buu, the Ape. They also got Zeno and things like that. And then yellow also has the same thing with Zeno, and also having good black secret rares like Kai and Hero's Lineage. Any secret rares got to compete over these, and this one doesn't seem like it can compete that as well with some of the generic cards. So there's a decent secret rare if you can't afford the other ones, but if you can afford the other ones, it's not going to replace those. But for the next one, we had revealed, which is SS4, the Vermillion Saiyans. So this is the black 1-cost extra card secret rare. Like fits in theme, just like I said, with the 4th anniversary, with the theme of 4, and this one is the theme of 4 of SS4, showing all the SS4s for Bardock, Vegeta, Gohan, and Goku. And interestingly enough, they switched the colors around for Bardock and Goku, where behind Bardock is red, yellow, and Goku is red, which is quite weird because in the anniversary box set, the prismatic one, Goku is the yellow one and Bardock is the red. But then it's possible because where they look alike, Bardock and Goku, apart from the red hairband, they might have got confused, or just wanted to bring out more color on the bottom as Goku's the main one because he's the main character. But this is a very strong secret. Like once again, it's got the ultimate tag. It's got 2 skills. It's a counter attack. So for each card color among cards in battle areas and energy areas, please note this. As far as I'm aware, this counts both your areas and your opponent's areas. You choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and send it to known as warp. And then for each card you send to a warp using this skill, choose up to one of your leader cards, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So that's pretty cool. So if you're playing the Prismatic deck, once you get the 4 and you've charged one of each, you're going to be able to warp up to 5 things because you've got black, red, blue, yellow, and green in your battle area. So you get to warp your opponent's board of 5 cards, all through barrier, which is very, very good, and gain 25k on your leader for the turn. This is a very strong secret rare, and I feel like it'd be almost a staple or like one of the best secret rares to use for the Prismatic deck, or just in general, because where it counts both your battle area and your battle area and energy area, and your opponent's battle area and energy area. Even if you're running a monocolored deck, if your opponent's running a different color to yours, then you get that extra warp at least 2, which is really nice. And then if you are playing the Prismatic deck, it's got an activate main, which is really only useful for that deck, where if your opponent has 4 or more cards, 4 or more energy, you can play up to 4 black multicolor battle cards with different character names and energy cost of 2 from your deck to shuffle your deck. So if we get more multicolor black cards in future, this would be a really good way to bring those out, and maybe even a better secret rare. But at the moment, it's still very strong for this counter attack. One of probably the best secret rares out of these 4. I think there's 2 that are very strong, and this is one of the 2 that I feel is just very like generic and strong and like easy pickup from this set. And then for the next one, another one that's theme before, is the Wicked Saiyans. So this is the green-yellow secret rare. It's like you can see, it's almost following the set where we're getting all 4. Well, we've got all 4 colors so far. All colors so far in secret rares. And this one's the Wicked Saiyans. So this is one that is Raditz, Broly, Goku Black, and Turles. So straight away you can see this is the target for the Nappa pre-release Unison, because it's got Raditz in it, where before we only had the one from set 7 with the SS3 one. So we got a second target for that. And it's 8 cost, 40k, just like with the other one, the female Saiyan one. It's a 0 cost 10k combo as well. So that's 2 secret rares that have 0 cost 10k combo, and has the same skills with the same ultimate, same energy exhaust, same first permanent, where if it's removed from the battle area, it's removed from the game. And it's got a slightly different permanent for the second one, where if your opponent has 2 more energy and your leader card is green, yellow, or shares a character name with this card, it gains dual attack and blocker. So this is more likely to be pulled off outside of the card colors, leader color, because it's got more characters in there where actually have leader cards. Like all these characters have leader cards, whereas in the other set, Bulla and Gine don't have leader cards. I think Yeah, there is a KL one. It's just in a not KL, sorry, Khalifa one, just not separate. And yeah, it's got different skills. So instead of it's got the opposite skills with dual attack and blocker, which is quite nice. So 2 attacks. It's quite interesting. Or using the blocker, it's quite cool. And it's got similar auto, where for 2 energy at the end of a battle in which this card is using the combo from your hand, your opponent may choose 4 of their cards and switch into rest mode. So on theme with yellow. If they do, remove this card from your dropper from the game. If they don't, you play this card from your drop area and your opponent chooses 2 cards in their hand and discards them. So that's pretty nice. So this is really a perfect secret rare for Cell Surge, because it actually does a lot of things deck wants to do, which is either switch 4 of their cards to rest mode, which you always want to do, especially when you do it on their first attack and they haven't done anything. They can choose the rest 4 of their cards, meaning they've just lost 4 cards, like 4 energy, battle card swings, things like that. But if they don't, you get this as a blocker, and they discard 2 cards. So it's like a Vermillion, plus you get a 40k blocker on board. That's really, really strong. So that's a really good secret rare. But outside of that, I don't see it being massively useful, just like with the other one, over some of the more generic secret rares. Like in this card combination, it's not too bad, but once again, green has a lot of good secret rares. Yellow has Panzeno, and there's also the generic ones like Kai, as we said before. And then for the last one, if you remember what from the hype Bandai put up, they said they were going to be the 4th one. One of them was going to be a guest character. So of course that sent a load of people in the groups, like on a massive conspiracy theory hunt, wondering what kind of guest character, what IP it's going to be from, and stuff like that. And when we got it revealed, everybody was really disappointed, as because Bandai just used the wrong wording. So it said guest, and that guest is Panzeno. So straight away you might think that's not really a guest; it's part of the Dragon Ball universe, but it's technically a guest. If you think it a guest from Zeno, and it's a guest because it's not had a card in the game before. So straight up, guess it was the wrong word to use, especially with the wordings used on every characters which haven't had a card in the game, or haven't had a card in this game. They just really went in the wrong direction with the word guest. But still, so the ever secret rare we got is Panzeno. So we got on second black secret rare, and it's Pan Time Patrol Mating. Now this is a really strong secret rare. Like, in my opinion, with this and the SS4, the Vermillion Saiyan secret rare is probably the 2 best generic secret rares to pick up from the set, and they're very strong. One like all black with a lot of good secret rares. And this one's 8 cost 40k, like with most of the other ones, or the battle card ones. Same cost and same power. Ultimate skill, like all secret rares have, and it's got 3 skills. Sorry. So it's got counter attack. If you have 3 or more energy, play this card. Your opponent can't attack with battle cards for the turn, and you can't activate the counter skill copies of this card for the game. And the reason they've got that is because you can potentially loop it and keep doing that. So once you use the counter attack skill, even if it goes or you get it back to your hand, you can't do that counter attack skill again. But it's a very strong skill, almost like a watered down Hatchak, where most people swing their leaders first. So what you do, you can negate with this, and then they can attack with the battle cards for the rest of the turn, but they still attack with the unison or the leader if they can restand it and do it again. But you cut them off the battle card swing, so very strong. And you're never going to be paying 8 for it because it is permanent, where for each battle card in play, that counts both for your opponent's battle cards in their battle area and yours, you reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So you can potentially play this for free, just like with Baby Hatch without discard, to negate an attack and have 40k attacker on board. And a note is not just during either player's turn, is either just permanent, it's always inactive. So if you don't want to use it as a counter attack and just play it for free to attack with, you can do that. Just if there's four battle cards in both yours and your opponent's battle areas, then you can play this for free, swing 40k for free without having to pay any energy, which is very strong. But it does have an ever activate main where after you swing with it, you can do this, which is activate main for 1 energy, remove this card from the game, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and gain control of it. So this is like an even stronger, I would say even stronger hero in lineage. There's only differences where this is activate main, so you can only activate it during your turn, whereas the Heroine's Lineage is activate battle, where you can use it during either player's turn, especially to take things mid-battle as well. But Heroine's Lineage has a restriction, but it's got to be 7 or less, whereas this can take any card, not ignoring barrier though. So neither can take barrier cards, but this one has no energy restriction, but is limited to your turn, whereas the other one, 7 or less, but during either player's turn. But that's still a very strong effect to be able to play this, swing with it for 40k swing, then tap 1 energy, remove this from the game, and take some of your opponents to then swing with that as well, or use it in some way. It's a very good secret rare, and it's going to be one that I'm going to try and pick up for myself, along with the SS4 one. But that's it for the 4 secret rares. So that's everything from the set 15 revealed now, so we can go on to Hope, since it's got delayed now on the 20th, to pick it up and have some fun pulling cards and opening boxes. But in the meantime, until I think the end of November, we're now getting spoilers every day to see what's been reprinted in Mythic Booster. And the first ones we got were Senzu Bean, as we knew before. So what they've been doing is feeding them with the alt art and the original art, so we can see what they look like compared to the old versions. And I've got to say, for Senzu Bean, this art is one I've been hoping for Senzu Bean, because it's such an iconic moment in the Dragon Ball Z anime, and it looks just so much better than the original one. The original one still looks cool, but this art is so nice, and also being foil gives it an edge. Well, it did give it an edge up until it recently got reprinted in Evolution Battle, where it comes as foil, but the Senzu Bean one with gold foiling as well is so much better. I think it's even better than the one we got in Anniversary Box as well. So that's one of the reprints. Then we've got an interesting one with Vegito Super Warrior Reborn. So this is one that supported the old green Vegito leader, which I can't remember what set it came in. I think it was like 2 or 3 around that time. Set 2 or 3 or 4. One of them set might be set 3, if I am correct. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But this is one. Art's pretty nice, but I'm not sure it's going to be wanted or used unless like for casual games, sure. But I don't think it's going to be that appreciated really. And then we've got a reprint of the SS Gogeta Acrobatic Warrior, one of the cards we got in an expansion like ages ago when we first started getting the multicolors. And this one has really nice art, like most of the cards with the that again alt art and Mythic Booster are really nice. And this is one that I definitely want to pick up for my Gogeta deck. Well, no, not Gogeta deck, my Broly Piccolo Maiden deck, which if you're watching the channel, you can go and check out as one of my deck profiles. That it's quite fun to play, not massively competitive, but fun. And then to go with that, we've also got a reprint of the SSB Gogeta Resonant Explosion with new art. Now this art, I'm not sure, like this is really nice art, but I'm not sure if I prefer it over the original. The original looks pretty cool, but the new art is quite nice. It goes with better foiling. No, that's the only thing I find with the new one, is the foiling is nicer, but I think I prefer the old art. Then we're getting some reprints of some promos as well. So the first one we're getting is the Kefla from the Surge expansion tournament packs. I think they're called tournament packs, but like yeah, I think the tournament packs, like the packs that you can get from events when you use the Surge, when you played in the Surge events, when the Surge packs came out. So this is Kefla Everlasting Light. Now this one is 100% one. That's the art is a lot better than the original. But then it's a card that is not the greatest, and I'm not sure if it's going to see play, but the art is just fantastic. Then to go with that, we're also getting a reprint of some of the Surge leaders, which is interesting. So the first one we've getting shown is the Kefla, which 100% has a lot better art than the original. It's just a pity that the leader is not that great. Really. It's like the worst leader. When it first came out, I thought it was quite an interesting leader, until you start trying it out and you realize the leader is just very bad. Like, is got really nice new art. It's just pity the leader is still just pretty bad, but the art is just fantastic. And then we're also getting a reprint of the Dragon Balls from back when we used to have Wish used to be all the rage. So we're getting new art for the Dragon Ball, and the new art is so much better. It looks so nice. Like, you do wonder sometimes when looking at the alt arts why they couldn't have had that alt art from the beginning. But even then, getting alt arts and reprints of stuff is quite nice, and this is very much appreciated. I might try and get a playset, but I think I do prefer the Porunga Dragon Balls instead. And then we've got another leader as well. So we're getting some leaders, like some promo leaders. So if we got this, maybe we're going to get the reprint of the Black Pro leader. I'm not sure if we will, but we might do. But yeah, we've got a reprint of the Miracle Strike Gogeta leader, the movie promo leader, and with a lot better art. Like this one is again one that has a lot better art than the old one. And then we're also getting the long-awaited and really sought after reprint of Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. Like, it might be many years too late, many metas too late, but we're finally getting a foil reprint of the Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Gohan, and it's actually quite nice. Like, it's just nice to have that nice gold foiling, and the art is actually a lot better as well. This is 100% I'm going to be picking up one of these at least for the cube, because this set just looks to be fantastic if you're looking to build a cube, because it's got a lot of old good staples that we used to need in the old formats, and also very good generic cards that are good for the cube as well. So if you're looking to build a cube yourself, I recommend looking into Mythic Booster when it comes out, I think at the beginning of December, and also checking out the Cube Drafting Dragon Ball Super Card Game group, which will be in the description below if you're looking to build a cube. It's got a bit of some information in there from myself of like a look at my cube, because I put my cube on there, and also just information as well to help you in building your own if you're looking to build yours yourself from scratch. And then the last reprint we got from today, which is another really good one, that's formats and years way too late to get a full reprint of, is Chain Attack Trunks. Now, this is a card that was meta defining for up to I think all the way up until set 7, maybe a bit after as well, but a little less after set 7 when we started getting more counterplays to stop it. Chain Attack Trunks is one that a lot of players, I think almost everybody, has been wanting a full reprint of. We finally get it way too late, but once again, it's going to be something I'm going to definitely pick up for the cube to be a new foil as well, because I'm trying to make foil up my cube and get all the cards in foil looking nice, and this is a great choice for that. And that is it for all the Mythic Booster reprints. Like, that's it for this week, but we're gonna keep getting them until the end of somewhere near the end of November. So look next week see what we get next week. But that's not it. Still for the episode as well. Still got one more thing to go over that is different. That has come up from this week, and that is ruling change for end of round procedures. So we recently got a revised look by Bandai of the end of round procedures, which is on the screen if you want to pause and have a look at it. But really the only real change for this is how you resolve the current game and follow the end of turn steps. So now the first one is the player with the most wins is declared the winner of the match. So as soon as time's called, now for events, you check to see who the player with the most games wins is declared the winner of the match. There's no more turns. So if you're in game 2, there's no more turns to finish off the game. The chance of you put a win and get a draw is now just you stop the game. Whoever's got the most wins in the match wins. And if it's tied where you're in best of 3, you're on game 3. Then the current player plays out the turn, and that is considered turn 0, like standard. And you play an additional 3 turns with the specified time limit. So you have, after the current turn, which is turn 0, you have 1, 2, 3, and after that, you see if there's a winner. And then if neither player has won at the end of their extra turns, the player with the most life wins the current game, which is a bit dumb, like using life straight away first. Then you have to use something. So if neither player has won at the end of the turns, it goes down to life. But then if life is the same, it goes to the number of battle cards in the battle area. And that's cards, not battle area. So if you're playing King Cold, you're going to be winning, because it actually does say the player with more cards in their battle area wins the current game. So if you're with King Cold and you've got the same amount of life as your opponent, you're going to be winning because you've got like 4 or 5 extra fill cards, maybe 6. I can't remember if you can go 6. I think you're at least having 5 fill cards in your battle area, as well as any battle cards you've dropped. And then if battle cards in the number of battle cards in the battle area are the same, then you go with whoever has the most cards in the deck wins. And if that happens to be the same, it then goes to number of cards in hand. But if all that is exactly the same, then it comes down to whoever was the last person to draw life from their life area wins. Which is, yeah, that's pretty weird. But yeah, that's the rule change. It's pretty terrible for like that change. So it just means that now that used to be that if you go to game 2 and time scored in game 2, you get an extra 3 turns after the current turn to try and see if you can decide a winner. Like if the person who lost game 1 is trying to pull out a win to get a draw. But now it's just that turn. Whoever, if you're in game 2, whoever won game 1 wins the game. But if you're in game 3, you then get the play out as normal. So it only affects it if you're in game 2, which now is going to make it so people are just going to play slower now. That's it. People are just going to be playing a lot. So someone wins game 1, it's going to be a lot more important now to win game 1. And then you will get some players who will win game 1 and then play very slowly in game 2. And even though that's quite catchable, there will still be some players who will win game 1 and just do game 2 where they just don't die. That's it, where they just defend as best as possible and not die. And maybe take a little bit longer, like play out a decent amount of time taking the turns, but also just defend to not die, not try to win, but not try to lose. So that's gonna suck. And why it's easy is not too difficult to catch slow play. Someone just trying to defend himself that's still in the parameters, and that's going to be an issue. But just a note from this: if you are playing a game and your opponent is slow playing, make sure to court judge. Don't moan about it after. Don't do anything after the fact. At the time it's happening, court judge and bring them over so you can get it checked. Because even if they get warning stuff that you can't deter them from playing in future, and if they get multiple warnings, then they're lead to game losses, and it eventually lead them to being kicked from the event if they do it too often. Just remember, if you get slow played, always court judge. Don't hesitate, just court judge. It's not a dick move to do. It's only fair because people shouldn't be slow playing. Like it doesn't some things take a lot of time, but there are some people who do it excessively. But that's everything for today. That is the week's news for this week. So tune in next week where we go over the next lot of Mythic Booster alt art reveals. I'll be going over, and also don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment if there's anything I got wrong, or any questions you have, or anything you want to see on the channel. I'll try and get that done. And lastly, if you want to subscribe, the goal at the moment for me is to get to 1,000 subs, and we're just over a quarter of the way there. And every sub counts, and every sub helps because it helps let me know, keeps you updated with my channel by clicking the notification bell. Keeps you updated when my videos drop if and when, and also just lets me know you enjoy my content and encourages me more to keep putting it out. But yeah, this week it's been a bit. I've been on holiday, so it's been a bit slow. But start for next week and try and get more videos out and stuff for you. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.